attitude? You still get this anticipation or nervousness?
Yes, I do. Every day on gig day, I get butterflies. It's nervous excitement.
Yeah.
Because it's not because of the huge venue or because of the importance of the event to the people who are there. Because you do get used to that. I mean, you become professional, you get used to that at a very early age. But it's because of the sheer danger of what you're going to face up on stage. With Purple, I haven't got a clue. I've been with other bands and it's a routine.
Right.
You know exactly what's going to happen throughout. But with Purple, you never know from the beginning to the near the end of the show what's going to happen. Because it's a jamming band. And so they're always, all right, and they'll change and they'll do something completely different. You've got to be on your toes, you've got to be sharp, alert, and ready to improvise. Of course, most of the stuff is based upon a framework. So there is a set list. And there are accepted arrangements for the songs, but every song's got solos in it, and every song's got endings that might just go a bit off. Oh, let's go and have a look around there. And they might go off exploring. So you've got to be on your toes, and that's why it's a challenge. So yeah, it's walking into the unknown.
Like, that is scary. I hadn't even thought of that side of it before.
The rest of it you can handle quite easily. I mean, we learned professionalism at a very early age from a fantastic manager when I was in episode 6 in 65, 66. So I learned all of that side of it, stagecraft, and I learned my first big tour with Dusty Springfield. We learned a lot from that, a hell of a lot about professionalism, being on time, the importance of that. You know, some people don't think it's very important. I think it's vital, you know, because everything else has a knock-on effect if you start screwing around. So I'm a great believer. I've just got this simple analogy in my mind that if you think of every sort of event as the trellis work in a garden upon which you grow wild roses, it's without the trellis work, they wouldn't kind of draw a crowd.
Right.
With the trellis work, you've got them contained but free as well. It's like a picture in a frame.
Yeah.
You know, you can paint on the wall directly if you want to, but everyone seems to prefer it in a frame because then it's focused and it can be a wide range of subjects. Whereas in a frame, it would have to be, if it was painted on the wall, certain limitations to what you can do. So music has to be the same way, I think, and so that's the only thing is the danger.
So do you think possibly that's why you are still with Deep Purple and still enjoying it so much, because you've got the danger, which is almost like you're scared a bit, a little bit, but then it's creative and
nervous
exciting as well.
Is what I would, it's anticipation. But you never quite know what. It's scary not in a scary movie type of thing.
No.
But it keeps you on your toes, and you know there's going to be some fizz going on, or not, because some nights you just go straight through the routine, and you just joy in the congregational euphoria to share with a crowd. But you know, some nights the band is hot and fizzing, and some nights they're steady and rocking. You know, you never know what to expect.
And talking about the crowd, you must have such a massively diverse fan base, all age groups. There can't be a regular Deep Purple fan. They're so varied, aren't they? So how would you describe your fan? Or is it possible to do that?
No.
It's not, is it? Because you've got kiddies from age 10 probably right up to...
If you want a broad average, then the average age of our audience, of the majority of the audience in Europe and South America, and now in Canada and the States, Mexico and Russia, everywhere, they're about 18 to 20 years old.
That's brilliant.
But you've got children going as well, and you've got people our age, the ancient folk, and I think it's a very different kind of thing. You know, it's weird because there are no statistics. We're very much an underground band. We don't have a PR office. The venues appoint PR people because we don't have any. The record companies appoint PR people who use their own office.
Yeah.
We don't employ anyone. We never have done. We don't look for interviews. We don't search for publicity. it's very much an underground, in the true sense of the word, band. We're very nonchalant about all that, and so it doesn't really matter to us.
No, but that's what makes it so cool, to be honest.
But I think the audiences that come, it's mostly word of mouth. I think still, because they go, yeah, it's a heavy metal band, isn't it? And people who go know that it's all about music, you know? And these guys are, they're virtuoso musicians. They're at the top of their tree. Malcolm Arnold, when we were doing the concerto for Group and Orchestra in '69, said to the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, you're going to have to bleep this out, but I'm going to tell you exactly what he said, because they were showing a lifeless performance, and he tapped his baton at the first dress rehearsal the day before at the Royal Albert Hall, and said, "Call yourself the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra." He said, "These 5 young men are making you look like idiots. In fact, compared to them, you're playing like a bunch of..." He said this, he'll take a breath. That's his exact word. And he said, "So you better sharpen up, otherwise you're going to make fools of yourself at the show tomorrow." Because these boys are showing you how to perform.
Right.
And so there's always been a good standard of musicianship. And I think the people who come along like to enjoy that. And they know that we make a lot of mistakes. We go right to the edge, and sometimes you tumble because you, not necessarily individually, but loss of concentration for a second, and it's a train wreck, which we have backup ways of getting out of.
I was going to say.
Yeah, there's always a reserve way of getting out of those things, but it normally involves a lot of laughter and drummer picking it up or someone taking the lead. And but we never stop a song. It's just, but I think the audience to a certain extent likes the risk taking.
I was going to say they'd rather listen to something real than something that's so pristine every time exactly the same way. That's not very exciting, is it?
I think that's one of the things that Purple does that's still, it's just dead genuine. There are no tricks. We've never had a big production.
Right.
We just have lights and sound. The lights are good enough, and we just have the amp set up on stage as it used to be in the clubs. So we're not very theatrical, and I think we probably should get the award for the worst dressed band in the world.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I look around, we've got a wardrobe girl, and I say, why? I look at these rails of stuff. It's ridiculous.
So no ripped leather jeans or anything for you?
No.
Capes?
No. No. So anyway, the routine goes through the day. I get nervous at lunchtime, and I think probably I don't like to be with the guys because they have this spirit that builds up as soon as they arrive at the show, an hour and a half, hour before the show. You can feel the energy building up, and it becomes a cacophony of humour and banter and stuff like that. You can feel, I can feel it I can hear it in the room next door. Whereas I have complete silence, and I actually meditate until about half an hour before the show.
Okay.
When I go and join them, and then gradually get ready and hit the stage running, so to speak.